good, y'all? This SB TWIZZ, man, the hood blogger. And ladies and gentlemen, today we got a very special guest on the show, man. We seen him on Def Comedy Jam. We seen him on Paper Soldiers. We seen him on State Property too. He got another couple flicks out there too. And if I'm not mistaken, Smoke, you just dropped something on Netflix, or you got something coming out on Netflix that you've been working on. If I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
yeah.
Okay, definitely, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I like to introduce. It's really no introduction needed. Smokey Suarez, man, the one and only. What's good, Smoke?
What's up, y'all? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Smoke Suarez in the house.
That's good, man. That's good to see you, brother, man. And you've been working lately, man. You've been working all the time, but lately, man, you've been on tour a lot. I noticed, man. How was your tour you just got done doing?
It's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Traveling state to state, meeting different people all the time. It's kind of tiring though. You know what I'm saying? Being on the road a lot. Like last week, I had mad. Like I had came to New York straight from Boston. I wasn't even home for like 30 minutes, and I had to go to another show. So it was like crazy.
Dang.
But it's
Yeah,
fun though. Having fun doing what you like to do.
yeah, man. That's heavy, man. And I gotta thank you, like I was telling you earlier, man, for you squeezing me in on your schedule because you've been doing a lot of moving around and things of that nature. So I really salute you for that, and I thank you, man. I really thank you for your time. Well appreciated. Okay, so definitely, Smoke, man. I gotta take it to the beginning, Smoke. How was life growing up in Harlem before the entertainment business?
Oh, before the entertainment business, I mean, being in Harlem was crazy. I come from the rich poor to the drug era, the paid in full era of Harlem. Um, Harlem was dope back in the days. We always been dope. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's a lot of excitement, a lot of crazy shit going on the streets. You know what I'm saying? It was way different than it is now. Today is gentrified. You see all the white people walking through. Back in the days, you only see white people walking through Harlem if they was buying drugs. You know what I'm saying? It was only they was either buying drugs or police. You know what I'm saying? Now it's different. You know what I'm saying? They got mad people out here chilling. Harlem and chains is gentrified. But like I said, back in the days, you couldn't get none of these white people. Like I used to have a comedy club. I had this shit on in Harlem called Mocha's on 119th Street at 8th Avenue. And on that same corner on 119th and 8th Avenue, I had the comedy club. Like 20 years before the club, that was one of the biggest drug areas in Harlem. Word on that was the
Damn.
big drug area and one of the biggest drug blocks in Harlem, right on that same corner where Mocha's used to be. And I used to tell people, I said, man, you couldn't even come over here back in the days. This was a straight gangster hood. Like, word, you couldn't even come around here unless you was from around this motherfucker back in the day. They had the vigilantes on Manhattan Avenue, the vigilante crew on Manhattan Avenue. Like, Harlem, it was different, like, for real.
That's facts, man. And I'm born and raised out from Philly, man. And one thing that we notice, and everybody around the world, man, is that y'all from Harlem, man. Shout out to the whole New York, but it's just something different about y'all out Harlem, man. Like you said, you come from like the Rich Porter era and all that. Have you ever, crossed paths with like Rich Porter or any of the like the hood legends coming up? And how was that? How was those experiences? Was it just like one of the movies?
I mean, I knew Rich Porter, I knew Alpo. I mean, I've been around brothers, kicked it with them brothers, sold drugs with them brothers.
That's heavy, man. That's heavy.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I was connected in that game back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So
Damn.
I done dealt with everybody like back in the days from Rich Porter to Alpo and all other kind of people back in the days.
Yeah, that's heavy, man. That's legendary. So how was life transitioning from, being in the streets? Because we all know, like, I'm 33, but like I was born in 87. So the era that you're from, you was there when, the crack era, when it started bubbling, like where people was, you was coming up real fast. It's not like how the game is today. How was it transitioning coming from that era to getting in the entertainment business? At what point, did you realize, like, you know what, I'm gonna leave this alone, and I'm gonna focus on my career?
Um, I always like back in the days, like, and I always told myself, like, I was on the streets, and I always told myself, I said, if I ever get locked up, I'm quitting. Like, I'm done with hustling. Um, and I'm gonna do comedy. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, one time it was a blessing in disguise. I got locked up, ended up going to jail for a year. Um, while I was in jail, but when I was in jail for this year, it wasn't like I was in normal jail because I had gotten to this program called Fresh Start, right, in jail on Rikers Island. And in the program, they picked like 18 people to get into this program. And in the program, once you in it, they have all kind of classes like computer, journalism, cooking, like all different kind of classes you could take all day. Going to regular school too. You got your going for your high school diploma if you was younger, or probably trying to go to get college credits if you was, you know what I'm saying, a little older.
Mhm.
And I went to that class, graduated that shit in jail. As soon as I came home, I went straight to the comedy shit. Like my homegirl that I grew up with, she was a promoter, and she was like, she always knew I was funny in high school, and she was like, yeah, my homegirl dad, she run the hip hop tour, as a matter of fact, in New York
Right.
City. Um, she was like, yeah, man, you was mad funny in high school, man. You think you could get on stage? And she was doing a big ass show in Columbia University in New York City, and it was Tracy Morgan, Cortez, um, Sherry St. Clair, and Rudy Rush was on the show. And I went on stage and shit for that little 5 minutes. I killed it, had a good time. Then I just chilled for a minute. Then after that, I just started getting in competitions. And then I had won a competition that I didn't think I could win. I just got in that shit, just trying it. And I ended up winning the shit. So then after that, I really started going really hard after that. You know what I'm saying? I just gave everything up. Like I knew I had a little bread. I
Hmm.
sat on shit until it ran out. You know what I'm saying? And I just stuck and focused on comedy. You know, and like I was going hard too. You know, like I was like a real gym rat. Like one of them motherfuckers that stayed in the comedy club. That was me. Like when I was younger, I stayed in the comedy club. Like, right.
Damn.
Yeah. So you know, things start picking up. I got my first TV show on BET Comic View. They had called me up, and then after that, like BET called me like the second season. They called me 3 seasons in BET. The Def Jam called me up. Like you know what I'm saying? I just started plugging all different kind of TV shows and shit. Bad
Hmm.
Boy Comedy, Def Jam, Who's Got Jokes, um, Comedy After Dark, um, not Last Comedy Standing. It's another show. I forgot the name of it. But I had that bad show like back to back to back to back to back.
Man. So
Right after.
I didn't even cut you off, Smoke. What was you saying?
Now I said that was right after I finished. You know what I'm saying? I had when I had started, I just started plugging and getting mad
You
shows.
kept rolling. Okay,
Then I
so
one time, then I end up one time that how I got Paper Soldiers is I had just did that was my first season of BET.
mhm,
Um, I was walking through Harlem, and they was filming Paid in Full, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my boy, another comedian, was walking down the street, and I was like, "Yo, they filming. Let's go check it out." Now he was like, "Nah, man, I'm tired. Fuck that shit. I ain't fucking with that shit." So he broke out. I went to the block by myself, checked it out. When I went to the block, mad people was like whispering and shit, like tapping each other. I didn't know that the night before my shit came on BET. I ain't know that. So mad people was like, "Yo, you mad funny, yo. Your shit was mad funny last night." So mad people was congratulating me, and Dame was sitting there filming, and his man was like, "Yo, that's that kid who was on BET last night. That nigga killed it."
Damn.
So Dame was like, I knew Dame. Dame was like, "I ain't know you do comedy." I was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Yo, you ain't got no tape?" I said, "Hell yeah." I went home and got a tape in like 20 minutes. I was back with that
Damn.
tape. Brought the tape to Dame. Next thing you know, gave my number. A week later, I was in the office with me, Kevin Hart, and Capone, and Charlie Murphy at a table
Damn.
meeting up at the Rockefeller office and shit.
Damn. That's history, Smoke. And
Yeah,
I just gotta rewind a little bit. I just gotta ask you this one thing. You spoke on, you sat for a year, and you came home and you jumped in to like it was like a comedy talent show type of thing. Now, at the time when you did your first performance, have you like when you was like incarcerated, did you work on comedy or did you just go on stage and
not
freestyle?
locked up.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like structuring. Like I always had wrote jokes, but I was
Okay.
just structuring jokes and learning more shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's heavy. That's heavy. So to take it back to you sitting in, you sitting in the office with Capone. Shout out to Capone too. And he spoke highly of you also. I just did an interview with him actually about a week and a half ago, and he spoke highly of you. And now you sitting in the office with Kevin Hart, Capone, and the legendary Charlie Murphy, man. Now, how was that experience? From like you said, everything just like kind of just kept rolling. How was that experience to be sitting at the round table, with these? And I know Kevin Hart was like coming in the game at that time, but how was that experience to be able to sit down and speak on doing a movie?
I mean, it was a dope experience. We spent a lot of time like writing the movie and shit, going to Charlie Murphy house to go over scenes and shit like that. So it was like really cool. Like me and Kevin had to spend a lot of time together because me and Kevin had to go to Charlie Murphy house a lot to go rehearse and go over the script and all that shit. So it was times where me and Kevin would take the bus over the bridge and walk to Charlie Murphy house from the end of the bridge in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? So me and Kevin used to have to take the walk. Charlie wouldn't come get us. So we used to have to go take.
how was those conversations with you and Kev Smoke like on the way to Charlie Murphy house?
I mean, me and Kevin, we used to always joke. Like, we was always some snapping, having fun type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when we was on the set of um, Paper Soldiers and Death of the Dynasty and all the movies that we just was having mad fun. You know what I'm saying? Like we was like in the movie we was just bouncing off each other. Like our timing was just crazy on each other. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't mad. Um, we didn't have to do mad takes or nothing. Like it was coming out natural. You know what I'm saying? Because we already knew each other before the movie anyway. You know what I'm saying? We was working together. So it was a cool thing. It wasn't like I had to get familiar with him or had to get familiar with Capone. You know what I'm saying? We said we met when we had met Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy ended up being so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like family, you know what I'm saying? He let us in his crib, you know what I'm saying? We was chilling with his family all the time, you know what I'm saying? So Charlie became like really like a family member to us.
That's heavy, man. And you always spoke highly of Charlie Murphy. I gotta ask you this, Smoke. What's one of the things that Charlie Murphy gave you advice wise that stuck with you forever?
Well, Charlie, my first comedy album I did, Charlie gave me a hook because Charlie used to call me Smoketacular. He used to be like, Smoketacular. He used to call me Smoketacular all the time. So one of the first comedy albums I did, um, I had a hook on the beginning of my album, and it went doom doo 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 Smokey doom doo 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 Smokey, and that was the beginning, like the hook of the song. I mean, the song that came out. And Charlie Murphy had gave me that. He was like, "Yo, Smoke." He found it and like, "Yo, send this shit to me." Like, "Yo, Smoke, use this joint." And I ended up using that joint for my album. But I mean, as far as something that stuck to me, I mean, Charlie always told me to hustle hard. You know what I'm saying? That was the main thing that I loved about Charlie. He always was like, "Yo, Smoke, make sure you keep hustling hard." You know what I'm saying? Don't never let nobody stop you. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no timing with this shit. Right. You never know when it's gonna pop.
Yeah, man, that's heavy. And also something else that I learned from you in the past, where you spoke on that before Charlie Murphy was even actually like acting and things of that nature, that he wrote a lot of people movies. Like he's been writing for much
Yeah,
longer than what the people know.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man, that's
He wrote and had to do a lot with a lot of movies. Like, what's that joint with Raputia and all that joint with Eddie Murphy? What was that movie?
Norbit.
Nor
Norbit.
Norbit. He wrote Paper Soldiers.
Damn.
Um, yeah, yeah. Charlie wrote a lot of stuff, man.
Damn.
I think he had something to do with Vampire in Brooklyn. Um, it definitely had something to do with Vampire in Brooklyn.
That's heavy, man. That's heavy.
And
And
people didn't know that Charlie did another movie, but it never came out. It was called Twisted Cap. It never came out. He did this a while ago. I was in it. Me, Freeze Love, a couple of guys was in it. I think Donnell Rollins. There was a couple of guys in this one. And we also had did a sketch comedy show called Charlie Murphy Crash Comedy. He had his own sketch show before too.
damn.
Yeah, and it was me, Donnell Rollins, Jay Farrow for Saturday Night Live, Dawn B, um, Buckshot Shorty was on it. Um, who else? I forgot some of the other actors, but it was a nice crew.
Damn, man, that's history right there, man. Definitely. Man, I also gotta ask you this, Smoke. In the past, I also heard you speak on like, if getting into the Paper Soldiers movie, that there was a point in time where you was like, I believe in the office downtown with Dame and everybody in there, and also Aaliyah was in there. I believe you said.
Oh yeah, Leah used to stay in the office too. Like
Wow.
I used to stay having her laughing, like all between me and Kevin. Always kept her laughing. I ain't even gonna lie. She used to love being around us. I put my daughter on the phone with her one time. My daughter was young. She was mad young. She thought I was lying. She didn't believe it was Aaliyah. She was like, "That ain't Aaliyah."
Wow, that's
It's
legendary.
me.
Damn. So like at the time when y'all was shooting the movie, was she like behind the scenes and stuff like that, watching it?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's legendary, man. That's crazy. Man, so I gotta ask you this,
One
Smoke.
time, before you even get into that, one time
Yeah.
we did the Rockefeller versus Bad Boys softball game out in the Hamptons, and it was me, Aaliyah, Dane, Puffy. It was all the it was everybody. It was everybody was there. All the Bad Boys and all the Rockefeller was there, and we played a softball game out in Hamptons. And Puffy was pitching. He had a bottle of champagne on the pitcher's mound with him sipping it. And
Damn.
he almost got his head knocked the fuck off by a line drive.
Damn. Damn, that's crazy, man.
Puffy almost got his head tore off. That nigga ain't moved. That nigga would have had a fucking hole going straight through his head.
Damn. Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. That's good times right there, man. Like that's good times. And you was around for a minute. Do you feel like comedy is being watered down now for the newer generation as far as like the Instagram comedians and things of that nature? Do you feel like it's watered down more?
Yeah, kind of, sort of, cause like that's what people looking at you for right now is your numbers. You know what I'm saying? It's not even all about your funny no more. You got 1 million followers, niggas is booking you. You know,
Bro.
so that's what people looking at right now. So you pay somebody mad money and he gonna pack the place, but this nigga can't hold a crowd for an hour or 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You can do that shit on the internet because that's a motherfucking You could edit that shit. You could say cut and edit and start all over. But when you on stage, nigga, ain't none of that cut, start all over and edit this shit. Nigga. You taking it
Fact.
to
That's a
but
fact.
I respect like some of them like DC Young Fly
Mhm.
and some of them that Ha Ha Davis and a couple of other ones that really went hard and try to learn the craft of comedy
Mhm.
instead of just being a straight internet dude and trying to go to the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Definitely. So I gotta ask you, Smoke, who's your top five comedians of all time?
All time, Richard Pryor #1, Dave Chappelle #2,
Okay.
uh, Dave Chappelle. My favorite, I ain't gonna lie, um, one of my favorite comedians, he a white dude. His name is Mitch Hedberg. He died a long time ago. That's another one of my. That's one of my top five.
Okay.
Uh, JB Smooth. JB Smooth was one of the funniest dudes when I was coming up. Like uncontrollably funny. Like JB would make crowds like this dude would destroy crowds. Like this motherfucker would have your face hurting at a show. Yeah, your cheekbones would be like your shit right here be just hurting. Fuck with him. Like what? That nigga broke my shit about 3 or 4 times. Like I had my shit hurting for 2 or 3 days, like my cheeks and shit. Laughing that hard. Like him and who else? When I say Martin. I like
Yeah.
Martin. Martin is like I like Martin as far as his total package of comedy.
Mhm.
It wasn't for his just stand up. It was for his hosting. and his stand up. You know what I'm saying? His hosting was dope. You know what I'm saying? His whole the way he hosted the show was so dope that like you know what I'm saying. He taught me how to host. Like I
Mhm,
watched. I went off of his pattern in
mhm.
hosting. You know, and like growing up, he was one of my favorite comics also. So that is my kind of top five right there.
Okay, that's a solid five right there. Definitely, man. And speaking on Martin, also, like you said, his hosting alone was the truth. Like I remember the Def Jam Jones. You be waiting for him to come back on in between the comedians because you know he gonna carry the crowd regardless when he step on that stage. It don't matter if it's 5 minutes or an hour, man. And also speaking on like total package of comedy, you know, you as well have the total package of comedy. So I gotta ask you this: what form of entertainment do you like more, stand up or movies?
Um, I like both of them a lot, but
Oh,
I love to perform. Like I love to do comedy. Like I love movies too, but I just really love to do comedy. Like
mhm.
right. Comedy comes first before anything.
That's
That's
heavy, man. Yeah, you
yeah.
can tell you can tell you got a love for it, just how you control the stage. And I also heard you speak on in the past on how you had fans come up to you and let them know how your performances, you know, help them in life, change their life. You know, how was those experiences to have fans come up to you and whether they be like, you know, I just might have lost a family member or my day was horrible until I came here. How was those feelings to interact with your fans like that?
I mean, it felt good, man. I done had dudes come home from jail and say, "Yo, bruh, you got me through my bed, bruh." What? You know what I'm saying? Like I done had dudes come up and tell me that. Like they watch my movies, they watch me on TV through their whole bed. You know what I'm saying? It kept them, you know what I'm saying, having feeling and having hope and shit like that. You know? I done been at shows where people done got married from my show, you know? People met each other and got married at my show.
Damn,
You know, so I done experienced all different kind of things with people coming from my shows and over the years and stuff like that.
damn, man, that's a beautiful thing, man. And also, I just want to touch up on how you mentor up and coming comedians, the youth and you know the older comedians. Can you let the people know on you know the role you play as far as helping other comedians?
Um, I always always been a mentor to like the younger comedians in the game. You know what I'm saying? I always had somebody that I helped develop, like from Sean Harvey to a lot of these guys, Kareem Green, Mickey Carr. Um, I got the newer group of comedians I'm dealing with now, like Christine, the Cougar of Comedy, um, Danny Deuces, um, my boy Vaughn Brown. Like I just got a crew of young dudes that they I see they hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like during the Corona, um, I started a comedy school, and I was doing it on Zoom. So I was teaching my class like every Sunday. I do my comedy school and shit. And this is something I always had planned. I had planned a comedy school like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I got real busy, so I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So during the time of the Corona, you know what I'm saying, I had a lot of free time. I was like, yeah, I still had my good lesson plan. You know what I'm saying, how I wanted to teach my comedy class, and I was like, fuck it, let me do it. So I did. Got a couple of students, helped them get better. A lot of them got real good. Right now, I still do private classes with students and stuff right now. But I'm getting ready to open up another official. By September, I will have like a whole building, like classroom for comedy. Like,
Damn, that's legendary, man. I don't think, and if I'm wrong, just correct me. I haven't heard of that ever being done before in history, as far as an experienced comedian, going out your way to also help people, you know, pretty much be seasoned comedians, man. So salute to you for that, man, because that's a life changing situation right there.
thanks a lot,
That's
man.
Yeah, man. Thank you. And next, I gotta touch up on Smoke is, can you let the people know your relationship with Dame? Because as we all know, you and Dame had a solid relationship always, man. Y'all both from Harlem, and with y'all knowing each other before the entertainment, and y'all continue to network, regardless in life. How is your relationship?
Oh, it's still cool. I was on the phone with Dame like 2 days ago, and he's out there in LA. They was filming another. Actually was filming a show, but I was on the phone with him. Um, Dame was like my bro. You know what I'm saying? Dame been my bro since day one. You know what I'm saying? He Guys, the pizza ready? Yeah, go get it. Yeah, so he even when after Paper Soldiers and all that stuff was over, like out of nowhere one day, Dame just called me up like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "I'm chilling. What's good?" He was like, "Yo, I'm filming a movie downtown. Yo, come down." They called me downtown to do one little scene. And then I end up killing the scene. Next thing you know, they threw me in the movie, put me mad scenes in the movie and shit uh, for the Honor Up joint. And then he ended up filming my sketch comedy show because I started my own sketch comedy show called Mixed Nuts. And
Wow.
he helped me start filming that, you know. So they ain't been my bro since day one, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to LA in August and finish shooting some more of the Mixed Nuts shit.
Wow, that's what's up, man. When can the people be expecting mixed nuts to drop?
You can see some of it now.
Oh,
If you,
okay.
yeah, some of it is on Dame Dash. If you go to Dame Dash TV station,
Oh
if
man,
you go to
that's I'm
station, you can see my Mixed Nuts shit on there.
okay. I'm gonna check it out because I actually I'm glad you brought up the Dame Dash TV because Dame is doing something very legendary right now where he has like his Dame Dash TV streaming on YouTube, and it's like 24 hours, man. It's like he turned it to an actual channel where you can get a lot of footage that Dame done, and people that he networked with. So the Dame TV is definitely legendary, man.
Yeah, it's a good look.
Definitely.
Definitely a
And
good
I
look.
and I know you doing the family thing, so I'm gonna just ask you a few more questions because I don't want to waste too much of your time, Smoke. I know you busy and everything, so I just want to ask you this question: what advice do you have for the up and coming comedians, entertainers, or anybody that want to get in showbiz? What advice do you have for them?
Right now, the number one advice right now is to hustle hard and make your own content right now. You already gotta wait for nobody. You ain't gotta wait for TV. Like that's the beauty of having the internet right now. You don't have to wait for TV stations no more. You don't gotta wait for TV to come get you. You can make TV. You can make TV come to you. You know what I'm saying? You make up good numbers, and they'll definitely find you. For the young comedians though, if you're trying to hit the stage, just don't hit the stage once a week. You gotta go hard. You gotta be a gym rat in the comedy game. You can't do comedy once a month thinking you're gonna get funny. That shit ain't gonna happen. So if you love this shit, it's gonna love you back. That's it.
That's heavy, man. And I also gotta ask you, what's your relationship with Mike Epps, man? Because I noticed that y'all had like a great relationship and everything.
Oh, Mike is my bro too, man. Mike is a long, like I know Mike for more than 20 years. Me and Mike been grinding in the game.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Um, and Mike always kept it real. You know what I'm saying? Mike is one of the only dudes that came back and got and snatched me up, put me on tour. Like, you know what I'm saying? And put mad bread in my pocket, you know what I'm saying, through my career. So Mike is my
Man,
brother. I love that dude to death. I'm very happy for him, you know what I'm saying? And he's a real good dude.
yeah, that definitely. Can you let the people know how was it to stay relevant as long as you stayed relevant? Because it's like you've been pushing it, and I know for a fact what Paper Soldiers dropped like 2002, somewhere around there, or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
And before that, you've been on stage. How was life staying relevant for all these years, man?
I mean, like I said, the only way you could stay relevant and the only way I did stay relevant is because I loved it. You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of niggas quit. I seen a lot of niggas go get jobs. I seen a lot of niggas go get married. I seen a lot of chicks go get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And it's a rough game. You know what I'm saying? Like, either you gonna, like, I'm in it all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't, it's no other choice for me. It's like, I'm not going no other direction. I'm like, I'm like one of them horses with the shit on the eyes. Like, I don't even look to the side. Like, my focus one way and I'm thinking about one fucking thing. I don't give a fuck what's going on over there or over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking over there. You know, and that's my destination. I'm still looking right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm still not looking to the side with no distractions and nothing like that. You know, I'm going straight for what what I know. Well, that had to
Yeah, that's deep.
break up with my girl because you know what I'm saying. She was distracting my career. So I had to get rid of this. Nothing, no, nothing, bruh. Word up. Pussy, nothing to make me know, bro. This is it. Word up. My love, I'm married to comedy, nigga. I fuck with bitches on the side. Word.
That's heavy, man. That's definitely heavy. Was there ever a time that you came in a moment where you were starstruck as far as coming across another entertainer, or whether it was someone in the music industry that you were a fan of before your fame?
Yeah. I've been around plenty of people like that. And people like Russell Simmons, um, Puffy, and people like that. Um, and it was funny, like you mentioning that you'd be surprised who know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I always knew Russell from doing shows, but one day I'm in LA and Russell pulled the limo thing down. He like, yo, Smoke, what's up? Give me the shout out, but I'm going down. I'm shooting with him down there already. So he gave me a little shout out. Then when they had the meeting, he mentioned like before we shoot the TV show, we usually have meetings and stuff. And he had me go up there and speak to the comics and shit like that. Um, but yeah, I done met a lot of people. It's like I hung out with Gregory Hines before the tap dancer. You know,
Wow.
I was him before he passed. I hung out with um, and this nigga's mad fun. People would never believe this. I hung out with Patrick Ewing.
What?
Yeah, man, I hung out with Patrick Ewing. Lonzo Mourning and all these guys, all these NBA players at the Lonzo
Damn.
at the Zoe Comedy Jam. Alonzo Mourning used to do in Miami. Everybody was there. Dave Chappelle. Everybody was there. That shit was packed. That shit was great. Wow.
Damn.
Uh,
At the at the time dealing with paper soldiers and everything, The Rock was like they were a heavy army at that time. They had state property. They even had Dipset. Were you ever in any of the studio sessions or as far as around like the music?
the music, I mean, basically, yeah, because the music in the movies was together. Like everybody was in the office together. Like you know what I'm saying? It was times when the whole state property was there. Um, Jay Z and all other kind of motherfuckers was up in there at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, damn, man, that's definitely legendary, man.
Cameron, all of like Jay when Cam came around, started coming around more. Jay was like kind of falling back at that time, but
Hmm.
it the Jay era with state property, and then it went from the next era with Dipset,
Hmm.
Cam, and you know what I'm saying, being around them dudes. And Cam and them, like I grew up with Cam too. Like Cam was my dude for mad years. Um, he had called me up too to do a video in Miami. I don't know if you've seen that girls video back in the days.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that, John.
But yeah. So Cam been my guy too. Like Cam is a good dude, man.
Well, like that's what makes comedians like you and Kevin Hart and Capone and those comedians that hit the big screens around that time real important for like my generation because it was like all together, man. It was like a real unity thing right there
Yeah,
where everything was all mixed up.
back in the
Mm,
day, it was more. It was kind of more unity, you know. Like now, like guys on they guys get their little cliques. You know what I'm saying?
hmm.
Cliques that they mess with. I mess with these couple of dudes. That's how I go right now. Before it's more like everybody fuck with everybody, and you know.
Yeah, definitely, man. Times done change, man. And once again, Smoke, I don't want to hold your time up too much, man. I just gotta thank you for stopping through the show. And I also gotta ask you, is there any last thing that you want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Nothing. I want y'all to check out my new comedy album, Couple of Dollars. That's coming out by August. I'm check that out. Follow me on Instagram at Smokey Suarez, Twitter Smokey Suarez. I got some new things coming out. I'm going to shoot a new special before the summer. I don't know if I'm shooting it in Miami or Detroit, but I'll be shooting a new live special soon. Um,
Wow.
yeah, so check me out. Keep in touch, y'all.
Yeah, man, we gonna stay tuned in, man. Keep it legendary as usual, Smokey. Much love and respect, man. You know, um, can't wait till the new special come out. We're gonna keep our eyes open for the new projects. And like y'all heard earlier, if y'all want to if y'all are interested in comedy, y'all just starting out, make sure y'all reach out to Smokey to get private classes and things of that nature.
Yeah,
And
man.
salute to you, Smokey, man. Much respect, man. I'm gonna stay intact with you. I appreciate your time.
All right, my guy, TWIZZ, be good.
All right, you too, Smoke. Have a good one.
One.